These are the tiniest art supplies. They're so cute and small. Oh, and I'm dropping them already. Today, I'm gonna challenge myself to make tiny sized art so that I can proudly display it in a miniature free art gallery. Which at this point in time, I have no clue how I'm actually gonna build it. So I've got a few daunting challenges ahead, but let's get going. Opening a real life-sized art gallery would be awesome, but they're far too expensive. So I figured why not make a mini one and then just give away all the art for free. A great business plan for sure. So I'm starting off this irresponsible venture by making a painting using just this teeny tiny brush, and it's going to be Bob Ross style. Not only does he have great hair, but he creates these beautiful landscape scenes. I've never attempted doing a painting like this before, so of course I had to make it extra hard on myself by doing it as a mini version. I'm like 4 seconds in and it's already pretty tricky. The tiny little easel is not that stable, so it's just like flimsy, and this paintbrush is just so hard to grip. Like it's so tiny. But I kept powering through until I finished blending all the colors for the sky part. Time for a little rinse off. And now we move into a bit more of the harder parts here with the mountains, and we'll add some trees too. Oh boy. Okay, let's just try. Let's just go. See what happens. I decided to just abandon the flimsy easel because it was just getting super annoying to keep holding it in place. Yeah, that was the move. Much better now. I'm about to attempt to paint the trees, and I just remembered I had this little accessory here. Look at that. It's like a magnifier, wearable magnifier thing. Whoa, that's crazy. Wow, you can see all the details now. All right, about to level up with this. It's like Iron Man going into his suit. Except I'm painting a tiny tree. Oh wait, sorry, no trees yet. I forgot I had to paint a green meadow background first. Okay, now time to make some trees. My nervous brush strokes clearly show my lack of confidence, but slowly but surely I got better at making the tree trunks. Except for this one. It got a little fat there at the bottom. But I'll just cover it up with some greenery here in this next step. After painting a nice little trail, it was almost done. I'm adding a tiny little lake in the background because now it's multiple. Oh no, I smeared it. Oh no. Oh no. The nice thing about painting though is if you make a little mistake, you just get a little bit of paint and erase it as if it never happened. Okay. Well, I added a little lake because now it's got mountains, forest, and a lake. 3 of my favorite things, and I think this one's done. Here it is, taking a full 2 hours to make my first micro masterpiece. So now moving on to the next one, I'm going to switch up mediums and use these tiny little crayons. Oh my goodness. Look at the size comparison of a regular one versus these. They're absolutely ridiculous. But let's see what I can make. It's got to fit inside this fancy gold frame, and I'm going to try to recreate Vincent van Gogh's famous Starry Night painting. which he definitely did not make using the world's smallest crayons, but I'm just gonna do my best here. It's so weird that usable crayons exist in this size. Like, why? What is their purpose? Because it's not a practical way to draw. And even my 1.5-year-old daughter is gonna use a regular one. So they're too small for babies too. I don't know. It's almost done, thank goodness. Once it was done, I cut it out and glued it to the frame. So this is Vincent's original painting, and then bam, here is my miniature crayon version. It's not the best, but I put my heart into it, and tomorrow we're gonna continue this journey of making tiny art, but first, we gotta rewind a bit. One of my favorite recent projects was trying to make free pottery. It started with getting a bunch of wild, natural clay, followed by a month-long process of processing the clay, shaping the pottery without using any fancy tools, and then doing an ancient method of pit firing. And spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the video, this is what the finished pieces look like. And here we are a few months later. I've got a bunch of leftover clay. Look how nice that is. And so let's make some more pottery. But obviously this time it's gonna be shrunken down, little itty bitty sized ones. I'm just gonna let the process speak for itself here. Let's turn up the music and just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, hey, I'm back. Did you miss me? They're finished, and here they are. Very small and fragile. Oh, and now it's squished. Luckily, I was able to smooth it back together, and now for the fun part involving fire. Is this too intense? I don't know. I just want to show that it's a pretty hectic process that, if not done correctly, the pottery will crack or explode. It's all about slowly increasing the heat. So after an hour of warming up beside the fire, I dug a hole in the center of the coals and put them inside. And now for the nerve-wracking part, where I just bury them completely in fire and hope for the best. And I don't mean a little weak flame, I mean a full-on roaring fire. I kept it going for another 2 hours until finally... Oh, I'm excited to see what they look like. Whoa, whoa. Just caught fire all of a sudden. It was smoldering and now it's the full flame. Well, okay, I'm just gonna let it keep cooking overnight, and then tomorrow morning, I'm gonna... It all comes down to this. Please don't be broken. So far, so good. All right, here's the next one. Yes! It's so cute and perfect. And the last one, where are you? Oh, there it is. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy none of them broke. The handles are all intact. Come on. Yes. I think I might add some paint to these little guys, but for now, let's keep this progress going. So you've probably seen this banana in the background of a lot of my videos. It's a recreation that I made of the famous banana art. as in a real banana just duct taped to a wall.
Here it is in all its splendor.
And it sold for $6.2 million. I ain't kidding, this is legit. This is the artist who made it, and unlike the real one, which will just rot away and leave a nasty mess just hanging off the wall, I made this out of air dry clay, duct tape, and then covered the whole thing in resin. So now I'm gonna recreate it again, but like 100 times smaller. I started by forming the banana shape with the air dry clay. Once it was dry, I got out my favorite hand cramping little paintbrush and added some colors. And yes, I did bust out the funky wearable magnifying glasses again. Thanks for asking. Here's how it looks all painted. Next, I cut up a piece of cardboard for the backing, added some duct tape, and it was complete. So this is the life-sized version, and then boom, there's the little tiny one. I really like it, it's so cute and small. Another piece for the gallery, done. Okay, there's one final type of art I want to try to make. A while ago, I did a project where I collected trash from around town, then recycled it into homemade paper. So I took my DIY garbage paper and printed this film photo that I took of Moraine Lake, and then put it in another fancy frame. No one's probably gonna know the actual lengths of the process and the story that went into making this paper, but you and I will know and appreciate it, so that's what matters. And with that, I'm happy to say the art making part of this challenge is completed, done. So now I just gotta figure out how the heck I'm gonna build an actual little mini gallery to display them all. I found this piece of shelving that was just collecting dust in the barn, so I figured I would give it a new purpose as the box shape of the gallery. So now let's nail it all together. It doesn't look like much yet, but I promise we're gonna spiff it up and make it look way nicer, like a proper swanky art gallery. I legit don't think I've ever used the word swanky before, but in my quest to achieve it, at Home Depot I found these individual pieces of flooring that you could get, so I cut one down to size for the gallery. And then also at the store, they have these decorative moldings. Then there's also tiny versions of them too, so I spray painted them white. And now, I'm hoping that this is where the magic happens, because I'm just kind of making it up as I go, to be honest, and hopefully this is where the kajumbled mess in my head, the vision, starts to come to life. So we'll find out shortly. I'm loving how it looks. This is so cool. It's like a proper mini room. But I'm not done yet. Just like a real life-sized room, I filled in all the cracks with some acrylic silicone, and I think my new descriptive word of swanky has actually been achieved. It's almost done. Right now it's just a boring, empty room though, so I'm gonna add in the artwork, do some finishing touches, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And voila, here it is. The mini pottery is painted. I made a few additional micro masterpieces. And overall, I really love how it looks. From the right angle, it legit feels like you're just shrunken down in a proper gallery admiring the creations. And there's only one final thing left to do. I printed some tiny posters to spread the word around town. And then found a nice $0 ledge of real estate, and my art gallery was officially open for business. And by business, I mean making absolutely no money. But I hope whoever takes home a free piece of art, it just makes their day a little bit brighter. And that will make it all worth it.